Guys, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I'm excited to be with you guys on this beautiful Monday morning. You guys, it is 9:17 a.m. I had to wake up early because it's just so much that we have to talk about. And of course, there's a lot going on with Real Housewives. On this episode, we got to get into Miss Drew Sidora. She is on Twitter slamming Kenya Moore for her BLM comments. Y'all know Kenya last night was doing the absolute most. And so we're going to get into it all. And then I want to get into Kenya and Latoya's very, very strange relationship. They got something weird going on and we got to dissect it. We got to figure it out because something in the buttermilk is not clean, okay? It's really, really dirty and we got to get into it. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And let's get straight into the video. All right, you guys, so we're just gonna get straight into it. Let's talk about Kenya and Latoya's relationship real quick. If you guys watched last night's episode, okay, and if you had your ears open to the streets, okay, because the streets do be talking, you would have caught Kenya and Candy's conversation. And Kenya was talking about how she, was hanging out with Latoya one random day. Latoya came over to the Moore Manor, which I wonder if Kenya ever got that mold mildew situation figured out. Because if y'all can recall, I did a video a long time ago, okay, months ago, back in the summertime, where Michelle Brown, the blogger, the YouTuber, pointed out Kenya's house. She did like this Google Map world view. It was so weird of, Kenya's house. And you could see that there was like mold and mildew and all types of stuff. So I wonder if she ever figured that out. But anyways, I digress. So we saw Latoya come to the Moore Manor and they were taking pictures and they were taking shots and things like that. And so when Kenya was telling Candy about their little, hangout session, she said the reason why they was taking shots was because she wanted Latoya to take advantage of her. And of course, I'm interpreting that in a sexual way. Like, Kenya wanted Latoya to take advantage of her sexually. And that's why they were trying to get drunk. I don't know, like, how did y'all take that comment? I just found that to be really, really interesting, especially because Kenya is telling that to Candy, and we know Candy got so upset and irate and threatened to quit the show if Phaedra came back because her and Porsha were spreading rumors about her possibly wanting to take advantage of Porsha. And so I just thought that was interesting. Like, was I the only one to catch that? I just felt like that was just a lot, okay? I'm like, okay, obviously Kenya and Latoya have something else going on that's beyond just a friendship, but they kind of seem like they might be infatuated with each other in a sexual way. I don't know. We might have a little bit of a bi-curious situation happening on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And you know what? I'm all the way here for it. Like, we've never seen that before. And so I feel like that would be a really interesting storyline. I don't want anybody to take advantage of anybody. But to see a little girl on girl action would not, be terrible. And so when we dive deeper into the rest of the episode, we really start to see the beginning of Kenya versus Porsha in season 13. Because y'all, it is about to get crazy, okay? It's finna get crazy. We see that Lauren, Porsha's sister, is throwing like this surprise celebration for Porsha in honor of the BLM work that she's been doing in Louisville, Kentucky in the name of Breonna Taylor and things of that nature. And we see her calling all the girls, okay? She called Candy and then she called Cynthia and she's like, hey, I want you guys to attend this surprise celebration for Porsha. And of course, Cynthia is like, okay, yeah, like I'm totally down. Is Kenya invited? And Lauren goes, well, I don't really know. I really want this to be positive. I don't want any drama. I don't know, where Kenya's energy is and things of that nature, which is understandable. Like, I understand where Lauren is coming from because Kenya has a really bad habit of making things that aren't about her, and doing this, okay? Stirring up the pot where the pot don't need to be stirred. Like, baby, my grits are done. They don't need to be thickened anymore, okay? Kenya has a bad habit of doing that. And so I understood where Lauren was coming from. So Lauren did extend kind of an invitation to Kenya, not really. She just really confirmed that Cynthia could bring a +1, which was obviously going to be Kenya. But then Lauren, Porsha's sister, rescinded the invitation. And you know what, Lauren? Wrong road. Okay? If Kenya and Porsha start beefing this season, which we know why we could trace it all the way back to Lauren, okay? Because Lauren is the one that was being flippity floppity about the situation. Lauren, you should have stuck to your gut in the first place and just not have invited her and just said, no, Kenya's allowed at this party, okay? At this event. But I just felt like that was the wrong road. Like, you don't extend an invite and then take the invite back. If you really feel strongly about someone not being in a space, you don't invite them in the first place. And so I'm going to have to get on Lauren for that one. But I thought it was really sweet how, like, Kenya was getting ready for the event and she was going to bring Pilar a birthday present, which would have been the, Rosa Parks Barbie doll or what have you. But y'all, stuff started just going downhill. Now, what I cannot understand is, why is Kenya going so hard on Porsha about her being a voice for BLM and Breonna Taylor and social justice? That's the part that I was really confused about. It's like, dang, Kenya, like, Porsha is really on your radar to this effect that you would start saying things about the movement that could be deemed as disrespectful. Once Kenya found out that she was no longer going to be attending the event, that's when Kenya's devil horns came up. Okay, Kenya's real side came out and she was just like, I feel like this party is self-serving. I feel like it's stupid. Like, I don't want to be there anyways. Porsha is fake, this, that, and the third. And she really started to expose herself and how she really feels about Porsha and her activism. Kenya goes on to say that it seems like Porsha is trying to get arrested. And how come every time she gets arrested, it's conveniently filmed and, all of that stuff. And you guys, we've talked about this on the house before. Tamika Mallory and Miss Porsha Williams had to get Kenya more hair care together on Instagram and said, baby, it's called civil disobedience. Yes, we are doing this on purpose. And yes, we are using Porsha's name and Gandy's name to get the word out about what's really going on in America when it comes to Black people. But yeah, Kenya showed her true colors and I just wasn't here for it. However, I don't really think the party was self-serving, only because I don't know. This is a weird situation. I do think it was awkward that we're celebrating Porsha when we need to stay focused on the cause, okay? That was more of Lauren's issue. I feel like it was really no need to celebrate Porsha. I mean, of course, we appreciate her and she's inspiring all of us, but I just kind of felt like, did we have to have a party for this? I don't really think so, but I don't really think it was self-serving because it was a surprise party. This is not something that Porsha just decided to wake up and said, I want to celebrate myself for protesting. Like, no. And this is where Miss Drew Sidora steps in, okay? Drew Sidora, y'all, is a Twitter thug, okay? She's kind of been a little timid so far, okay? We're 4 episodes into the season. And Drew Sidora, she's had, some really interesting moments when it comes to her husband, Ralph, who we're going to get on his fine ass in a second. But, she's been timid so far. But on Twitter, y'all, she is, like, not playing no games. She went to Twitter and she posted, she said, Kenya makes all this fuss about being the first Black Miss USA, but is quick to put another Black woman down and fake support for Porsha and her BLM movement, #RHOA. And I would have to agree with that. Like, you're supposed to be the first Black Miss USA and you're supposed to, be down with the Black kids in Detroit and be with the education and the funding and stuff like that. You got on Nene for that, and you sit up here pressing another Black woman, criticizing another Black woman for how she wants to support her people, about how she wants to, support the BLM movement. And what I've noticed this past summer is that, a lot of us have had our disagreements when it comes to Black Lives Matter. Some people agree with defund the police, some people don't. Some people agree with protesting and putting yourself out there in the line of fire, and some people don't. Some people think that it's okay to gather for a cause despite COVID. And then some people don't think that it's worth the risk. Even though us as a Black community, I think we all want the same things. We all want to, be in a better space when it comes to Black people living in America. But I think a lot of us have different ideas of how that should be done and how we should use our voices, to shed light on certain situations. And so I think that's what we're kind of seeing between Kenya and Porsha at this very moment. And that's being generous, okay? Because the other side of me is just like, Kenya, you're being a big ass hater and I'm gonna need you to take a big ass seat, okay? On this episode, we also kind of saw Kenya trying to get this engagement party together for Cynthia. Drew Sidora had a lot to say about that on Twitter. She said, you need to take a deep look into yourself if no one wants to come to an engagement party hosted by you, Kenya. Okay, because we saw Kenya trying to enlist Candy into the situation and get Candy to invite the rest of the girls because nobody likes Kenya. Okay, Porsha don't like Kenya, Tanya don't like Kenya, and we know that who was the other person that don't like Kenya? I can't even remember at this point. But it's somebody else that don't like Kenya. But anywho, what else is going on? So, Ralph. Can we talk about Ralph, Drew Sidora's husband, real quick? He might take one spot as the finest house husband. Because, honey, when we saw the scene between Ralph and Drew and he had all of his arms exposed, I was just like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm a bit uncomfortable, but I like what I see and I want to see more. And so, you know, at this point, it's like Juan Dixon, Ralph Pittman. Juan Dixon, Ralph Pittman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that man is fun. And then on the next episode, we see Kenya confront Porsha, and Kenya's just like, oh my God, Porsha, I sent you a gift. Porsha's like, yes, I loved it. Thank you so much. And Kenya's like, yeah, I wish I could have given it to you in person. And so I'm really interested to see how that pans out. But I just want to read production and Bravo and the executives real quick. Why has it taken 5 episodes? Because next week will be the 5th episode of the season, and that's kind of crazy. Why has it taken 5 episodes for Porsha and Kenya to be in the same scene? What were y'all doing this whole summer while y'all was filming? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, 5 episodes for the 2 queens of the show. Because we know that the only people out of the core 4 that really got something going on this season is Porsha and Kenya. Cynthia and Candy are just taking up space and collecting money at this point. But Porsha and Kenya are the only main cast members besides Drew that are actually doing anything this season, and it's taken 5 episodes to get them in the same room with one another. I just found that to be just really disappointing. Like, this season, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of great moments coming up on this season, but it just seems super slow. Let me know what you guys think about everything we talked about today. I want to know what you guys think about what Drew Sidora was tweeting. How do you guys feel about Kenya just going so hard criticizing Porsha about her BLM efforts and the whole episode? So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys a little bit later, maybe later today, because y'all, we got to talk about Mr. Andy Cohen. Honey, it's a mess. So yeah, stay tuned. Love you guys, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.